We only had a couple of hours in Nassau, but instead of doing a tour, we tried something different. We walked it like if we might live there. And what we found was a mix of high pressure sails, great energy, and just enough to make us want to come back. It was nice and easy to be in Nassau because you can just walk right off to the pier because it has this giant brand new cruise port made in 2023, and just a really good experience where you have, when you've been on a tender boat, you know how much time that takes to wait around and be on this little boat to go in and out. So this is very convenient. And for me that love to look at these ships, we had some nice neighbors in this large harbor, room for 6 ships. And here's the Oceania Nautica, and next to that was the MSC Seaside, which was a big ship, and they had the closest pier to the town. And yeah, it was just really fun to get a little glimpse of what other people are getting when they order these cruises. And so that's something I truly enjoy, to get up as high as I can. And then to the other side we had Vision of the Seas, which is the Royal Caribbean ship. And here's the MSC Seaside from the back. Really cool looking ship. And here is the Vision of the Seas. In the background there you can see the Hotel Atlantis. We'll get back to get another shot at that. And so we got off the ship there, and this is inside the cruise port where they have all these shops. They have a museum, they have all kinds of things, and lots of security, so you feel really safe there. But we went straight for going into the real Bahamian experience and went out the cruise port. And here people were ready to sell us some tours, but we only had about a good hour or so, so we had to go into town. But people were really friendly. So out to the right, and then a left right away, and then we walked up to the Bay Street, which is kind of like the main drag, and you experienced a lot of people trying to get some sales going, and you can't blame them for that. I mean, this is a tourist trap kind of deal, but it's still really beautiful, and people were super friendly, so a good vibe. But a lot of people don't like that. Here's the straw market, which is the place you should go if you want to get some souvenirs going. They have everything you could possibly want with the Bahamas on, or Nassau, or whatever. They had a lot of the same things, these booths, but but a big place with a lot of places to go. We kind of just like skimmed through it, and we saw like how kind of much the same it was. But again, people very friendly, giving you space, but very interested in selling also at the same time. So overall great. So you walk through it and you can see the cruise ships again. But we walked down the street further out that way, basically on the right as you come out of the port. And a lot of interesting buildings and it's just a very different. Oh yeah, this was the British Colonial hotel. It was just really pretty, and a very nice view they had from the other side over the ocean. And here we arrived finally at Junkanoo Beach. This is a real Bahamian experience. All these little bars and places to have fun, and sand, and amazing view. And here we found a bar. It was called Tiki Bikini Hut. And Sonia got a Bahama Mama, and I got the Bahama Papa, which is just pretty much the same, just a bit stronger rum put in it, a little bit more proof. So one thing that was funny here, these were great drinks, by the way, and the price was right. I don't remember what the price was. I believe it was like $7 for a drink. And that was that they kept looking at us as they were pouring and getting the drinks, and the drink, the alcohol came out of a clear bottle from the back. So a slight concern, but you know what? We had a great buzz there, and they don't mess around. They give you a strong drink in the Bahamas. We went other places, and same thing there, but did have labels though. So that we thought that was funny and a little bit worrisome. But and you look at the place also. But it was great, and we got a great buzz, and yes, and we we didn't have any problems after. What I forgot to also talk about is on the way going there, we kept seeing these rum cake ads, or places there is like offering these boxes of rum cake, and we were thinking in the end it's like, perhaps there's something to this, and so we got a package, and my goodness, I mean, it should be obvious that a chocolate cake would work well with rum. It really does. I do a lot of reviewing of cakes on a ship. As a matter of fact, I would love to put together a video about it. Not sure how relevant it is to everybody, but I'm super interested in it. But this rum cake, I'm telling you, coming out of the box, not even fresh, it was so moist and delicious. You go there, you gotta get a package of that. Something also I didn't include here is that I didn't get footage of all the entertainment that you'll see along the way, like music, dancing, that sort of thing. Again, we were there on a Tuesday, and there was so much life going. Half the people work on tourism, and it shows. So back to the pier, we got back to the ship, and just marveling over these ships. I think it's really cool, and try to also gauge the vibe of the other ships, looking at the guests that are walking up. This is our own ship here, Carnival Sunrise, and it was great to be back on the ship. I love just being on the ship. I will say that the Nassau was extremely surprising compared to many other places we have gone, and we would actually like to fly there and stay a couple of days because it's beautiful. The people are really friendly and warm. It's easy to communicate to, and again, they're not skimping on the alcohol when it comes to the drinks, and they taste delicious. Once we got back on the ship, we went up on the aft deck and looked around. Here is again the Atlantis Hotel. It is, I think, for a standard room about $500 a night, but it's absolutely gorgeous. You should look into the tourist material they have. They have a big water park too, so there's something for the whole family, but it's not cheap, but it's one of the most pristine places to visit, as far as hotel goes. And so not a terribly expensive ticket for when you look at what you're getting. Still, $500 is still quite a bit. And so, it was just nice to overlook this town. A lot of interesting views, looking from the ship. And here was a bit of an interesting one. I had to look that up, and I could see something was special about it. It's Steven Spielberg's yacht, $250 million right there. It's like a quarter of what a big cruise ship cost. So yeah, more than half of the Bahamians live here in Nassau, so a lot going on. And me being from the Navy and all, this was exciting, to see people on deck. We saw a vision of the seas here, going back out to sea. And next up was us to go out. And what was cool to see is that Oceania Nautica was right on our wake and gaining on us. So we got a nice shot here of them coming right up on us. So there it is, our Nassau visit from the cruise ship. It was great, high pressure sail, sure, from the locals, but they were also super friendly, and it was such a different experience and beautiful. Thank you for watching.